Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Put your hands together. It's a heck of a national anthem. Let's get ready to sling some
Back over the entire field here, or the 5-car field, for 8 laps of distance. Kick the tires and light the fires. We're ready to go for night 2 of the 4th annual Battle of Boothill Pro Mod Heat Race number 1 on Washburn. On Race
Chomping
on
at the bits already 3 wide down the front stretch, Zach. I tell you, I was getting a little antsy looking at Washburn, man. He was ready to go when he went into 3 over there. Already trying to bump on the back of that 33H of Holt.
And they went 3 wide there momentarily down the back straightaway, and Michael Easley kind of faded there just a little bit. Winner here last May. Richard Holt pushes up there, but Mike Washburn, no stranger to victory lane, takes over the race lead.
I tell you, he's starting where he left off last weekend. I told him I'm going to start calling Mike Go Baby Go Washburn after watching his wife's videos online. That's all she says is Go Baby Go.
He's a savage behind the wheel of a race car. There's no doubt. I tell you, Richard Holt, who I don't believe has raced very much this season, especially after winning that race here last May, was very fired up. Richard Holt's raced IMCA mods back in the day. He's raced wing modifieds. You name it. Richard Holt can get the job done. He's going to look to hunt down the tail feather of the 27 of Washburn here for the race lead, Chase.
I tell you, that looks like your 2 cars right now is going to battle this one out in this 8-lap heat race. And Keller, though, shout out from the back up to 3rd there very quickly. He'll try to chase down Holt and Washburn here, though. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get up there, but I tell you, Holt looking good behind Washburn there, man. I don't know if he's got enough to get around him. As I say that, he slows down going to the backstretch.
Yeah, it looked like, and I saw some it was kind of strange how Richard Holt looked like he was about to come to a complete stop there just momentarily. As Washburn continues to lead the herd into 1 and 2, he's just able to drift that car, keep the car straight. That's the name of the game with these asphalt slick tires. The blacker this racing surface gets, Chase, the quicker these cars will handle on the racing surface, as those slick tires definitely like that rubber.
For sure. And I tell you, Washburn looking good around that high side, man. I don't know if he stopped and maybe got even some of that pizza rev on the way over here, but I'll be checking it out tomorrow.
Hey, pretty awesome place. They've got like 43 different craft beers on deck as well, if that's your thing. Not a big fan anymore. We're a little too old for that now, Chase.
Yeah, same here. I try to stay away from all that stuff. 2 to go from Keith Parker, though, there for Mike Washburn. I tell you, watch out for Hornaday. He's going to get some lap traffic coming up here. Don't know if it'll be enough to close the gap for Holt, but we're going to see here as he's going to come out of 3 and 4 for the white flag.
I always hear the last name Hornaday. I think about Kyle Busch and Ron Hornaday at Texas Motor Speedway back in 2011, which ended up resulting with a suspension for Kyle Busch. And I don't think Mike Washburn's going to elect to punt Hornaday here, because the lap traffic will not be a factor, as he's got a pretty comfortable advantage over the 33 of Richard Holt.
Yeah, a little breakout there for Easley. Had to pull it to the infield. But, yeah, you're talking about that Hornaday Busch thing. That's something I always remember. Checkered flag. Mike, go, baby, go. Washburn takes heat number 1 for the Pro Mods. Give it Holt unofficially to 2nd and Keller unofficially 3rd.
Great battle for 2nd, though.
Shaw finally takes 2nd away from Poindexter, so he'll try to make the march here. So we're at the halfway point. He's only going to have 4 laps to get up there to Jason Beasley.
Yeah, trying to and he lost the handle there just a little bit off the exit of turn number 2.
Seems to be a lot of cars struggling over in 1 and 2, especially on the exit. I don't know what it is exactly, but they are struggling.
They feeling like a 3-legged dog in an icy lake right now. Pretty slick out there, Chase.
Well, from the fan side, that's the way I like to see it. So
yeah, it's like ice skating on a dirt track. It's a lot of fun till you're behind the wheel of it. Off of 4, it'll be 2 laps to go from flagman Keith Parker. And the 16 of the Gentle Giant sound like is banging out just a little bit. Could have been from a different car down the back straightaway. Sometimes the sound's really tricky out just a little bit. I can definitely hear a motor banging out.
Have you got an official stat on how tall he is by chance? The first time I saw a picture of him, he was standing by Billy Robinson.
Yeah,
so it made him look a lot bigger than he probably is.
I'll tell you this, man. There's only like 2 drivers that tower me in Victor Lane, and Brandon Ball's one of them. He's a pretty tall dude. But when this guy, that's why I call him the Gentle Giant. So nice, so kind, but dude, you're a giant. You know, get out of my house.
Speaking of the Gentle Giant, he'll come through 3 and 4 this time by. Keith Parker will give him the checkered flag as he'll take the second heat race here for the Pro Mods. Boothill Speedway, Battle of Boothill.
As I said earlier, I wouldn't be the guy to pick a fight with Jason Beasley. You better choose wisely. So that'll be the unofficial top 3 Allen Poindexter for the checkered flag, but that was then and this is now, and I'm sure that stings for Josh still, and I hate to bring it up because it kind of stings for me.
Tough to swallow for sure, man. Keith Parker going to look him over. We'll go green with this one. Oh, already got some contact over here coming out of 4. Tough break there for Humphrey. He was able to gather it up, though, but he's put a big old dent in the side of Brad Barnes, 30 there. Oh, at 160, man. He's throwing up a lot of smoke. I think he's going to blow that thing up. He takes it sideways. Barnes and Barnes get into each other.
Oh, my. And they're about to put that 160 into the barn as well. That thing just...
Back to the action.
We're going to come back to you and ask you who's your pick for the 5,000 to win tonight, because you can tell us, and you can be a little biased if you'd like. So that's Cortland Smith out of Central Louisiana as the Pro Mods are back underway. Chase off of 4 down the front boulevard.
Here we go, man. I'm interested to see what Barnes can do from the back, and Robert Graham as well here. Oh, another spin already over here in 1 and 2. Tough break there for Humphrey. And he's going to hold up Bockham there as well. It was like midnight. I met a guy called the Crackling.
So once again, another original restart, re-racked and stacked with Michael Jordan on the front row alongside Trent Humphrey. We're back underway at Boothill. Keith Parker throws the green over the field.
There you go. Restart here. 5-on-5 getting out front. I tell you, there goes Graham on the inside. A little contact down here in 1 and 2. They'll straighten it out. Graham's going to lose. Well, I tell you, go lose some ground there, but he gathers it up. Bockham trying to come from the back, man. He's always fast, but he's had a tough go in this heat race. Some more issues there for the 5A of Jordan. He's falling back to 3rd. Bockham and Barnes back here battling for 5th. All the meanwhile, you got him stepping out front here. Robert Graham's going to get it together. He's going to chase him down, make a race out of this for the lead. But good battle here. Josh Bockham gets by Barnes. He'll put it in 4th and try to chase down 3rd place.
Oh, and Mike Jordan just lost the handle right where he did that previous caution, and he'll try to get the car refired, but Keith Parker's going to go ahead and throw the yellow flag. And
them slicks, the track slicked over right now. It's just hard to hook them babies up.
You heard it from a racer himself. Is Trent Humphrey going to smash the loud pedal and get his back underway? As the party gets restarted, the cake's been baked, the candles are relit, and Pro Mod Heat Race number 3 is back underway.
Josh Bockham trying to work that high side around Graham. Can't quite do it. Barnes behind him. Jordan behind him. We're going to shake it out here. Can't have but a few laps to go in this one.
Well, Trent Humphrey pushed up the racetrack and off of turn number 4, go to the inside for the race lead. Is the double deuce of Robert Graham. Graham going to go to the race lead in the 22 out of Marshall, Texas. Won here on the opening night of 2016.
It's going to be interesting to see if Humphrey can chase him back down or not. Bockham, though, all over the back of Humphrey. Look to the inside, coming down the front stretch. Bockham going to try to take 2nd away as we get halfway from Keith Parker. Bockham's able to take it away, but I tell you, fighting back on the inside there is Humphrey, making it interesting over at turn 3 and 4.
Trent Humphrey carrying on the Humphrey tradition and last name that goes strong here in the Arklatex region all the way back to Gene and Ronnie Humphrey as he sets his sight to the low side of the exit of 2 of the Boothill Speedway, smashes the loud pedal and trying to hunt down now Robert Graham, who is setting a torrid pace out front in 22.
It's going to be 2 to go this time by for Robert Graham. Josh Bockham looking back to the inside there. I tell you, Humphrey's got some handling issues on that car. When he straightens it out, though, he's got some speed, but he can't keep it there.
It's interesting, though, later on when the track slicks off even more, his car may actually be dialed in perfectly. He may not even have to touch that car, while perhaps Robert Graham may have to free his up just a little bit. We'll just have to see, though. That's what makes this sport so interesting. Nobody ever really has it quite 100% figured out, Chase.
I tell you, it's about right, other than maybe Billy Robinson there towards the end. You know, he seemed like he had that thing on a rail all the time. And I tell you, Barnes is having some problem back here in the back, too, but he'll hopefully get that thing shaken out as Robert Graham's going to come out of 4 to take the checker from Keith Parker.
Graham takes the win. As you said, Billy Robinson's was a legend in these streets and figured out a way to get the job done.
Triple OG?
Yeah, absolutely. Turnage Motorsports Laser Race Car Chassis PTS Power number 25 from Houghton, Louisiana. That'll be Steve Turnage. Chris Polomsky and car number 29 say Trouble Sean Graham. It's the Hitman in the Triple X Rocket out of Shreveport. And D-Rock Derek Daniel, the 2007 Arclitech Speedway track champion. As we go full throat into turns 1 and 2, they're door-to-door. Look at them. They're 2 by 2 by 3 wide for the mid-pack. Oh, and we already got one going around. That's Michael Newman in 89M.
Oh, good thing they got around him there. Polomsky, good job going high there. He was one kind of
Tex, and just thought it'd be awesome to get your vantage point from a racer, and I'm loving it. So Josh Greenwood has a re-racked and stacked original restart. Going to set the pace of Randy Buttery alongside. Here we go. 12 laps, top 4 to the main event tonight. And they try to go 3 wide there. Chase off the exit of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Greenwald and Buttery door-to-door down the back chute.
And look at Polomsky there trying to make a high run around Scott Young and Turnage there. They'll make it stick, see where they go from here. Gaggle of cars, Zach. I tell you, they're not spreading out much on this first lap.
Yeah, it's a handful of them. There's no doubt about that. Is Sean Graham trying to work his way to the inside of the 25 of Steve Turnage, and he just got maybe turned. Nope. Yep, it turned him. Trouble got into him just a little bit, and Steve Turnage said, I'll be damned if that happens to me tonight. Excuse the...
And Michael Newman's the one that's going to not benefit from that back here, and he's going to come around again. And tough break. And Scott Blucas retweeted the picture of his race car, which is a pretty big deal and a pretty big highlight for Scott. For sure. I think he said he must win a lot in that thing, didn't he?
Yeah. He said, I'm sure that he's going to win a lot of races this year. As they go 3 wide for second there, off the exit of 2. Turnage.
Another spin over here, man.
Goodness.
Just cannot get off this corner. Tough break for Turnage as he gets caught there trying to get by. Spot. That's what I'm watching right now. Polomsky, Young, Graham. You know, who's going to grab that spot? You got a couple others back there, too. So, Keith Parker, look him over. We'll go one more time.
Roll down the stairs.
See if we can make it through 1 and 2 this time.
Oh.
Almost 4 wide trying to come off there as they battle for that transfer spot. Polomsky, Young, Graham.
I tell you what, Jay. Oh, my goodness gracious. A shot in the shorts in turn number 3, and around goes the 35 of JT Turner. And he got turned around there.
And I think Michael Newman got a little antsy.
The Kennedale Texan, Randy Buttery, the 06. Has all kind of wins over the Kennedale Speedway Park in Kennedale, Texas over the years, and wins a lot of races over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he sends them off a 4 with the race leader. Here comes trouble in the WW Timber Hitman Designs Triple X Rocket.
Yo, Sean Graham's got that thing faster and faster each week, man, as he has a little trouble going off the corner. Though 3 wide down the backstretch with Greenwald, Young, and Graham. They'll make it going to 3 and 4.
And right now, that battle is for the transfer spot. They're 3 wide there for 3rd, 4th, 5th. Trouble starting to develop a major push. And, wow, the car's fading just a little bit here with a few laps in the books. And the 18, a Young, going to slide up in front of the nose of the Triple X. They go 3 wide once again. Chase there off the exit of 2. Good race going on here at Boot Hill.
What a race. Graham from the high side to the middle now, and I tell you, he's driving that thing as hard as he can into 3 and 4 here. Polomsky, Graham pushes it up.
Yeah, he tried to throw the slide job, and the 18 tried to do the crossover. It sticks. It works for Trouble. And he drives off the corner.
Into 3rd.
We're driving right now with his head on fire. Reckless abandons the Triple X Rocket. Sean Graham from the tail up to the 3rd spot. And he's got to go, and he's got to go now because he knows the 18's hungry, and he knows the 27 of Greenwald's right there knocking on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth.
And all the meanwhile, Randy Buttery got a smooth ride out front, pulling away from him here. Polomsky trying to track him down, but I tell you, if I was Polomsky, I'd be okay with 2nd just to get a transfer.
Yeah, but I would never be okay knowing who's hunting you hard right now because here comes Trouble back to the inside for the Bridesmaids honors.
Got a heck of a name behind him, too, between Young and Greenwald. You're right. I mean, those are some hungry drivers that you just really can't let up.
Meanwhile, if the Kennedale Texan out front had a rearview mirror, he'd probably like what he sees right now because the harder these guys get the racing door-to-door, he knows that he can kind of separate himself. So they go 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, 5th, down the back straightaway. Big bobble there. Opens up the door for the 18 of Scott Young to go by, and Polomsky going to fade out of the top 4 here.
He'll try to cut to the inside, come out of 4, see what he can do, man. I tell you, he's got to get it going. We don't have many laps going in this thing.
Yeah. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Center of the hourglass is running away here for all these guys. Polomsky's going to have to go, and hell, he's putting the pressure on those guys right now. The 27 of Greenwald, the 18 of Scott Young. Young using the outside of the Boothill Speedway to his advantage while Greenwald rolls the middle lane. Here comes Polomsky trying to roll the hub.
Tell you what, he's going to have to get up there if he wants to hear any of that outlaw tonight. So 2 to go here. Let's see who shakes out for the transfer spot.
You mentioned Outlaw Chassis, which is undoubtedly the winningest factory stock chassis manufacturer here in the Arclitech over the last 6 years or so. As Polomsky goes around in 3 and 4, hit a, oh my, that was close.
That was close. Tough for Polumsky there. That's going to kind of wrap up your transfer spots almost here. We got the 4 up there, broke away from everybody else, but caution. I tell you, look at Michael Newman letting him know he's already there, getting a little shot in the short, Zach. Is that what we say?
Something like that. Yeah, a good old a smash in the old, oh my. Derek Daniel says, I want to go ahead and go to the main event now. I've let you guys settle it out up here.
Oh, big contact down here in the back between Newman and Polumsky.
Good grief.
Man.
George Wallace and Joey Chitwood just
Right here, top 4 transfer. Daniel cannot get it done. So unofficially, your top 4 there, finishing 4th, is going to be 27 of Greenwald. Row inside is 74 of Josh Milligan and 2 of Jeff Rice. 3rd row inside, Justin Aubrey Whitehead in that 36J and that Outlaw. B7, Freddie Blanchard. 6, Alex Williams, excuse me.
So Alex Williams tacks on tonight. Uncle Freddie Blanchard of the B7 and 7-time Cajun Classic winner Justin Whitehead in 36J. Look at this field right now. You could throw a blanket over the entirety of them. Down the back straightaway, Dylan Alasko from Houston, Texas. Wins a lot of races down there near Bronco Raceway Park and the Houston Oval, the Battleground Speedway. As we come off of 4, it'll be Alasko with the race leader in the 41. Shocks are digging underneath that 41 entry chase into 1.
That's it. Parker and Gentry's riding 2nd, 3rd, but Whitehead already up to move. He's going to take 4th away this time from Rice. So he's up there in the transfer spot already. We'll be interested to see what happens. We got some problems there for the 74 Milliken.
Justin Whitehead, a 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner. Between he and his father, they won 3 state championships here, the 37th, 38th, and 39th annuals several years ago. As Whitehead now going to look to sidestep and go to 3rd. Down the back straightaway is Sugar Parker. Occupies 2nd. Opening night feature race winner at the Sabine Motor Speedway Oval down in Manny, Louisiana.
Yeah, Gentry with some handling problems as Whitehead disposed of him. And then back here behind him there, the 6 and the 45R having a good run, a good battle back there as they're trying to work their way up to 4th to get in that transfer spot. Whitehead looking for 2nd on the backstretch.
Yeah, Lasco slipped up and looks to maybe fade to 3rd here. But as long as he can get into the show, he may feel comfortable as Sugar Parker just drifted up that 3 wide for the race lead off of 4. Dylan Alasko going to shoot the gap, and the caution's going to wave on the racetrack. Is in some sort of fashion, even if they're not at the racetrack. And boy, I certainly love to catch up with Dean Rasco, one of the more well-respected racers here since the inception of this racetrack. As the lights are out, we're back underway in factory stock action here at Boothill Speedway.
Justin Whitehead going to look here going in 1 and 2. He's on the high side trying to roll around there, see if he can't get up there and get that thing back up to the lead and get this B-main win.
And Justin Whitehead, the outlaw chassis owner and fabricator out of Hooks, Texas. You know, I mentioned Hooks, and the greatest ASCS racer of all time. Gary Wright from Hooks, Texas. So many great racers have come out of Hooks. And Justin Whitehead looking to carry that on, whether he's in a factory stock, a limited, you name it. But this youngster looking for his 146th win since the start of 2012 here tonight.
I tell you, a good battle back here between Rice and Cox for 5th as they're trying to catch up to the 4th place battle there and see who's going to get the transfer spot. But I tell you, side by side back here for 4th.
Yeah, the transfer spot's about to heat up as well as Randy Cox on one spot outside looking in. I'm interested to see how this battle for the race lead is about to shape up as Alex Williams worked his way into a transfer in 6. I want to see how this youngster, who has not raced with Justin Whitehead very often, this kid right here I'm hearing a lot about, got a lot of hype behind his name, and he's definitely lived up to it early on in his young racing career. If he can fend off the 36J right here, I'll tell you what, he'd earn himself some stripes.
Whitehead's putting the pressure on him now, looking on the inside, going in 3 and 4. We'll see what he can do and make it stick. But I tell you, side-by-side battle, Zach, this is what fans came to see.
Justin Whitehead not going to budge off the bottom shelf. It'll be 2 laps to go, shown from Keith Parker. And the youngster, JP3, Sugar Parker, is holding off the 7-time Cajun Cruiser Classic winner. The car stepped out from underneath him just a little bit, chasing. They go door-to-door for the race lead down the back straight with that outside line. Going to pay dividends underneath the power or underneath the hood for the 9 of Parker as they are still side-by-side for the race lead.
Dude, Whitehead looks like he'll get a run on the low side here, but Parker trying to stay strong on the high side. I think we're going to be side-by-side all the way around, Zach.
An absolute phenomenal race here on the white flag. Parker, he says, I don't care, Mr. 36J. Get out of my house. This is my home state of Louisiana. Go back to Hooks. Into turn number 3. Parker was here last night. Gonna try. Parker gonna lose the handle through 3 and 4. The youngster, as the checker flag waves, will not go to the main event tonight, and he will instead turn hard to Elvis Presley Boulevard and hit to the Heartbreak Hotel. Wow.
Benefactor for.
And it wasn't always necessarily about where you finish, it's about how many cars you pass to get to where you finish, which set these guys up. And how many can go to the A?
We're going to take top 5 to the A main, and 6, 7, and 8 will go to the last chance non-qualifier.
How many laps are we going?
12.
12 laps the distance, chasing to one. John O. Whittington out of Vidor, Texas, the former Tootsie Smith Memorial winner at Gene Waters Arclitect Speedway back in 2011, has the race lead into turn number 3. 47 of Gary Stuckey in that express chassis. Going to go to the inside for the race lead. Comes up a little short. Bob Kellogg and the deuce of Adam Roy into turn number 1.
That Red Lick Racing number 2 is trying to get around Kellogg there. He's a battle for third coming out of the corner here. Kellogg kind of shuts the door. Adam has to back out of him. Behind him, you got Tupper giving a good battle there with Leger. Is that why we said it?
David Leger in the G&G Motorsports 9L, former top qualifier at the South Texas Speedway and Corpus Christi for the South Texas Shootout. He'll take over the 5th and final transfer spot from the former Louisiana State champion Cody Tupper, but Tupper not done yet, Chase.
I tell you, Wilhelm, man, Neighbors, Willis, all right there behind him too, man. This is a good show, and like I say, this could be an A-main field.
Oh, man. There's no doubt about it, and this will be a stellar A-main, like as Jimmy Day, and we'll go on to the other top 4 that are already locked in. Shane Hebert, Jason Ingalls, and Jody Davidson, your 4 cars that are locked in. These are the best of the rest as they roll off before John O. Whittington from Vidor, Texas with the race lead.
Yeah, he stepped out here. Good battle back here for 5th for that transfer spot between Tupper and Leger. They'll shake it out.
Keeping the momentum and keeping them straight, I imagine. And that's Cortland Smith once again, as it'll be John O. Whittington from Vidor, Texas, setting the field back in full throat off of turn number 4. Good restart for the bullet. Bob Kellogg to the outside of the 47 is stuck. Gary Stuckey going to work to his inside into one chase as they're 1 by 2 by 2, all the way to the tail.
I tell you, it's going to be a good battle from the back. Willis already making a move, passes 3 cars on the first lap there, and he's not done yet on that high side. He's digging.
Digging like Daryl, not like Michael, that is. And off before, here comes Adam Willis, trying to throw his hat into the ring and become a player. He says, I got to throw, oh, I'm sorry, that's Triple C, but here comes Adam Willis on his tail tank, though. Nick Clickenbeer trying to work to the inside of Neighbors, shot up the racetrack, and boy, Clickenbeer cannot catch a break all weekend.
Yeah, Nick's having some problems back there. See if he can get it shaken out. But good battle over here for 5th, 6th, 7th. I mean, gaggle of these cars between Tupper, Leger, Kuhn, Willis.
Yeah, it's a big swarm of bees coming through the racetrack right now. These guys have got to know that they got to go, and they got to go now. As John O. Whittington got the memo. He's gone with the win. Out front, dirty dancing like Patrick Swayze. In the 5W, he's gone.
Adam Willis all over the back of Kuhn, too, man. We're going to battle for that spot in a moment. His neighbor slight contact there.
I tell you, Chris Kuhn has come a long way, and his limited modified racing program has gotten a lot better. His neighbor, Adam Willis just smoked the back straightaway wall, tried to grind it like Tony Hawk on a skateboard. Not going to work, though.
I don't think he lifted those, Zach. I tell you, I don't know if he thought Neighbors was going to come up a little more than he did, but that car's got some damage on that side.
Yeah, he ain't lifting. I don't know how long it's going to hold on, though. When you start smoking like that, it's just a matter of time before it might blow a tire. That right rear quarter panel is digging into that Hoosier tire. Or American Racer.
All the meanwhile, John O'Hoodin is set sail out front, man. No one's got anything for him so far.
Whittington gone with the win, Chase. How about Bob Kellogg, the Wiley veteran? Talked to him earlier down to the pit area, and he was super stoked and optimistic to be sitting tied for 10th last night in passing points. Had a stellar run. Bob Kellogg, been coming here for many years. And he said he was going to race till he was 65. And I said, well, Ray Ingalls won his last race at the age of 73. As right now, man, the top 5, it's still Adam Roy in the 5th and final transfer spot.
He's only have 1 lap, though, to keep that spot. They're digging hard behind him. Tupper and Leger trying to get up there to him.
Final trip around the Greenwood Oval. John O. Whittington has this one in the catbird seat. As the 3GT of Bob Kellogg, the 47 is Stuckey. And up the 4th is the deuce of Adam Roy. The battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. And side by side in the 3 and 4, it's going to be Tupper and Leger. They're going to lean on each other just a little bit through 3 and 4 and drag race it to the line. Tupper and Leger to the line. Tupper's going to get it. He used up the 9L just a little bit, and Leger don't like that too much. He's about to give him a major shot in the shorts after the race.
Yeah, I tell you, what a run coming off the corner there. They were racing hard for that spot. He is not happy with Tupper.
Well,
but he'll make the non-qualifier. So.
Hey. The battle is alongside Natchitoches, Louisiana's David Edwards. Ada, Oklahoma's Kel Westover to the Western Flyer chassis number 44 in the Ace Energy entry. Lights are out, race fans. 12 laps, top 5 to the main event. We're underway.
Parker gives him the green. We'll see how it shakes out here. As again, top 5 are going to go to your A main.
Corey Grigsby going to go way up top, but Grandpa keeps the good bourbon this time. Off the 2 down the back straightaway. They go 3 wide back there for the 5th and final transfer spot. Door to door with Tracy Denby Jr. down the back straightaway in the 3. Grigsby going to still elect to take that top shelf around the Boothill Speedway.
Boy, beating and banging there for Dylan Spear and the city of Edwards.
I thought that was about to be something crazy. As Corey Grigsby says, I'm just going to send it. And he sends it into 1. He'll smash the loud pedal, put that Paul Jackson AMS power plant to the test of the Boothill Speedway. And right now, here comes Westover for the race lead.
So they're going to Spear, man, has got some problems with that car, trying to get the handle on it. He's all over the place. Battle for the lead up front, though, as they come out of 2. Ricky Ingalls trying to hold off the 44 of Kel Westover.
Can I borrow your eyeballs? I need 2 or 3 different sets to see all the different battles that are going on this racetrack right now. It's absolutely fantastic. As Westover goes way up top, higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour with Snoop Dogg riding shotgun. He'll head it off into 1 in car number 44. The 44 Drywall.
Casey Penn and Underwood back here, too. Good battle back here for 6 as they're trying to get their way up to the transfer spot. They're doing some door banging, going into 1 and 2. And again, battle for the lead. Westover trying to get that run on the high side to get around Ricky Ingles.
Yeah, he likes it up there. It's getting tighter than a top string on a Texas fiddle right now for the race lead. And he got a little bit of a shot in the shorts. Ricky got in there. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Man.
Oh, wow.
That could have been a lot
we are
earlier
still
than
green chase. Ricky Ingles has got to be punching himself in the kneecap right now. For whatever that's worth. Wow. Oh, he has got to be absolutely sick right now. Ricky Ingles, who got just an ever so slight tap down there into turns 1 and 2, was hoping for a caution as he came up the speedway, got down there into that slick stuff underneath the Uke tires, Chase. And, man, that was about to be a lot nastier. I think both of us expected it to be. And, well, it ended up turning out not such a bad wreck, but a bad mishap for both of those guys.
Well, Edwards is the one that got into him there, and he's the one that cannot continue, unfortunately. He pulled it to the infield. So right now, though, Ricky Ingles trying to battle his way up to the transfer spot. He's in the non-qualifier spot, but we'll see as he tries to take it away from Dylan Spear.
Yeah, you have to hate that for David Edwards, who come up here from Natchitoches, Louisiana, man. And he really showed up last night and showed out. Had a great run in both heats and set in the top 15, respectively, in passing points. And I certainly hate to see David Edwards, the multi-time Sabine Motor Speedway track champ, going off, not going to the show tonight.
Good battle for second, though. Corey Grigsby and Dimmy Jr. sell it off into 1 and 2. Grigsby's going to try to get around him so he can set sights on Westover up there. But I tell you what, Kel Westover got that lead, and he's been gone, Zach.
Oh, Grigsby just broke. Corey Grigsby just broke. He's on the way to the Heartbreak Hotel as well. You certainly hate to see that for Corey, as, man, had a great run last weekend, led some laps, Chase, and ended up coming home in second to Jody D. And, man, you hate to see that because Corey had a bad fast car all weekend long to this point.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm pretty sure that is off the top. Is that Ingles?
Yeah, Mark Underwood Jr. was just coming up the racetrack right there as just getting back behind the wheel again full time and breaks there, running a solid, respectable top 3.
Yeah, not that I'm keeping count. That's the third person I brought up since we started that broke within a lap later. So
yeah, take it easy. We're back underway at the Boothill Speedway. RaceOnTexas.com on demand into turn number 1. Ada, Oklahoma's Kel Westover. No string to the victory lane in these big Crown Jewel limited modified events. Had a strong run here last season of the Battle of Boothill. And here comes the 5-star stunner, Casey Penn in 5-star.
Casey Penn looks like he's running good on the high side there. Problems for Denby with pushing off that corner. Dylan Spear going to cut to the inside of Tidwell. Try to see if we pull a little Denby here going into 1 and 2.
2 laps to settle the score here, Chase. As right now, in the 4th spot, it's the 22 Magnum. And in the 5th and final transfer spot, it's the 20 of Brent Tidwell, who had a great run here last night.
White flag's out for Keith Parker, so everything's going to happen. We've got 1 lap to do it.
Well, Dylan Spear trying to hold on to that 4th spot, man. That car is stepping out from underneath him there. As right now, it's going to be the battle between Underwood. Will we get it? A final lap, door-to-door battle coming down on the wire with the Underwood and 20 of Tidwell. Who's going to get it? Underwood.
And your last spot for the non-qualifier, I tell you, is going to go to Rookie Smith. He'll carry it on. Michael Alford's the unfortunate one that doesn't do anything.
Time winner here at Boothill in the limited modified since 2012. It's the Farmerville Freight Train Brandon Ball, former Tootsie Smith Memorial winner. R.J. Stroman, the Mopar man. Stephen Guidry, the Marksville Madman, starting at the tail in K1. The lights are out. The Marshall Missile leads them to the green. We're underway.
Another stack B main here. Be interested to see what we can do for these top 5. As DuPont already having some issues there on the high side coming out of 2. He's going to gather it up, though.
Kevin DuPont down the back straightaway into turn number 3. I've always loved his last name. He just kind of like signals greatness, like Jeff Gordon, the DuPont sponsor. I don't know. Down the front straightaway. I don't know where Dry Prong, Louisiana is, and I sure as hell couldn't tell you where Karen Crow is, but we'll try to find it when we cross about south of Baton Rouge and run into a bayou, as he'll try to cross up in front of the Sherman Texan, Greg Frazier, and he'll do it. Frazier going to cross him underneath with the crossover off of 4. Chase, good racing here.
Darn good battle for second. There's Frazier's going to take it back over in 1 and 2, but DuPont's not going to go away. I don't know where Karen Crow is either, but I know he's got good taste in music because he was at a Wayne Toops concert not long ago.
I love Wayne Toops, and I tell you, it's probably around there near Gross Teat anyway, and as he or Acadiana, the Atchafalaya Basin. Down the front straightaway, that battle continue on, and they continue to wage war for it. As they'll still go side by side. I tell you what, this racetrack, if we could just hold it right now where it's at, will be fantastic going forward. As the Marshall Missile's checking out. He's gone with the win out front in the Marshall Lubin Auto number 69. The battle for second, third, fourth, shaping up. The Marshall Texan Craig Oakes throws his hat into the ring now. Chase, it's heating up into 1 and 2.
Yeah, Roland and Oakes putting on a show there behind him, though. Don't count out Ball and Justin Shaw there is going to battle their way up, try to get up to 5th and get that transfer spot.
Good racing all over the Boothill Speedway right now as the Marshall Missile's checking out. He's gone just a lot like Whittington and the 44 Westover did. But I tell you, the battles for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, respectively, throughout this race and the previous ones have been absolutely fantastic. What more could you ask for as a race fan here tonight? Oh, Greg Fraser just gave the 3J a DuPont a shot in the shorts there. Said, hello, I'm here once again.
Yeah, they're definitely the show to watch right now on the track as Grigsby has just stepped away. Oaks and Rowland were battling good there too, but they've kind of settled it out a little bit there. And again, Shaw and Ball side by side. Who we got behind them? Guidry and the K9 there, John Parker.
Kevin DuPont trying to win his first race at Boot Hill since 2012 here tonight as he rides down the front straight to win the 3J once again out of Karen Crow, Louisiana. You often hear many times let's say DuPont Racing Shocks or Dark Horse Shocks. And it's that guy right there occupying 2nd, trying to hunt down a guy who has some dig underneath that 69 built by the man running 2nd, Kevin DuPont. The Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby gone here, Chase. That JCT Auto Sales Marshall Lubin Auto entry is screaming around the Boot Hill Speedway.
Tell you, Grigsby, man, when he starts up front, he's tough to beat. I mean, he's tough to beat anywhere, no matter where he starts, but especially up front, right?
Kevin's coming on, though, here. I got to tell you, Kevin is actually inching in and inching a little bit closer. But, as we say, the time is running out. Grigsby's a little bit loose there off the exit. He's still running the outside. I talked to Derek last night, Chase, after the race, and he said a lot of times because after Abear pressured him in that second heat, you never really want to jump around too much when your car's working. You're out front. You can never tell when guys are getting a run on you back there. You start searching around too much, you might dial yourself out. But that car is awfully loose there, man, if you just see it. As Austin Wilkins behind the lens on Race On Texas got a good look at it. Well, Grigsby can hold on, though. He's only got one more quarter-mile trip around his home track.
Yeah, no real battle for the transfer spot back there right now. Ball's trying to get up to him. He gets loose over there. He's going to lose some ground. I tell you, non-qualifiers, but the only challenge has been between the 55 of Rowdy Shaw there and the K9 of Parker. Parker's going to have to dig on this last lap, though, if he wants to at least get the non-qualifier. Your top 5 look to be locked in.
Checkered flag waits for the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. He'll win qualifier number 3 here, presented by R&R Timber. 3J's Kevin DuPont will grab 2nd. 3rd will go to the Sherman Texan, Greg Frazier. 4th will go to the Marshall Texan, Craig Oaks. And Kevin Rowland grabs it into 4R.
All right, so again, you got the 6K of Adrian Kennington, the 81 of Brandon Barnes, the 1K of Eddie Brewer, the 14 of Chris Collier, the 3 of Tyler Moore, the 4 of Rebecca Lindsay, 14 JR Michael King Jr., and 00 David Vosbury.
Wow, David Vosbury.
Chris Collier already out front there, starting on the outside. He got the inherited spot as one of them didn't make it here. So Collier and Adrian Kennington, the youngster out of Texarkana, lead the way right now. Michael King Jr. in that 14 JR, again, only had a few races under the belt and already moving up to the front. Yeah, I think we had a couple that did not make it out, Zach, unfortunately.
And once again, the 4-cylinders joining the fray tonight. And adding on to the racing program is off of 4.
Little contact over here. That's going to be the 3 of Tyler Moore and the 1K of Eddie Brewer. That 1K is pretty in it, Zach. It won the most used up award at our car show there in Texarkana.
Hey, well, Doug Vick Jr. told me a few times in the past his pretty never went fast, so.
Hey, that's true.
When we were growing up, a lot of these cars were a lot of beaters. You didn't have the sheet metal bodies and so on, and that's kind of what this class is. You can pull these things out of the junkyard. We had a few winners like Cole Derrick. I remember the first time he'd won a race in Vivian. He told me that I think he had like $600 total in the entire thing, roll cage and all. It's just pretty awesome.
No doubt about it.
All about some fun.
I tell you, right now with 2 to go, Collier's got Michael King Jr. all over the back of him again. That's that youngster. He's only got a few races under his belt, and I believe they're out of El Dorado, Arkansas. So making a good little haul to get down here to Boothill Speedway as he'll take the lead on the backstretch, try to hold it going to 3 and 4.
He's got it. He'll tell the 14 of Collier to sit down and take a seat. The reigning track champion, drag race to the line of the white flag. He'll hold on to it. King's got the race lead in 14R. Collier going to send it up top, Chase.
Hopefully lap traffic will get no factor here, and he'll get around. And Michael King Jr., I'm telling you, that kid for only a few races under his belt is fast.
You hear these 4-cylinders, you think back to the great mini stock class here at Boot Hill over the years. Is the 14R King going to take the checkers over Collier to the 14?
And that's Adrian Kennington, the 6.
Got 8 of them ready to go 8 laps the distance here, race fans. 4-cylinder heat race number 2.
Kevin Peets, Wyatt William up front, leading with the green there with Rambo and Converse behind him there. TK Outlaw, Twist K Racing. Converse already on the move. He'll take second away from Peace. Peace with some issues there. Hits Rambo. Gets in the 29 of well defeat. They'll try to gather it up here. 21M and Morgan Powell's able to get by him. And right now, some issues up front there for Wyatt William. He'll give up some spots. And I tell you what, Zach, that's Texarkana. First 3 rows now. Converse, Rambo, Morgan Powell. They showing out down here at Boothill Speedway. I don't know. Do y'all know?
What?
What's going on over there? They've been off for like 30 minutes.
Somebody had an allergic reaction, I think.
So Justin Converse leads the way right now with Danny Rambo trying to chase him down. Danny Rambo's got to be tired as last night he blew the motor up in that thing, had to rebuild it overnight, and here he is at Boothill Speedway. He's got his teammate there, Morgan Powell, trying to chase him down the 21M. She hadn't hit that smoke screen button yet, but she hadn't had to, Zach.
You mentioned earlier, Chase, that young lady won the first race at won a race at Lone Star last season, and from the first time I watched her race when she was in the junior 4-cylinder class, man, she's really come a long way. Enjoy watching her progression in this sport and showing up for all the young ladies out there that may want to get out there and race.
Big time. She's looking to the inside of her teammate there for a moment on Danny Rambo. Yeah, won a race in the 4-cylinder junior class, and then of course first trip to Lone Star, man, she went out there and just put on a show and ran away from them. So I got to watch that one on that Facebook Live with her dad doing it there to show off some. And she's going to look to the inside of Rambo here on the backstretch, take second away, see if she can't chase down Converse.
Well, she's going to set her sights on him. May run out of time, though, because the white flag's going to be waving in front of Justin Converse's nose of the C49 car this time by as he heads it off into one of that Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah, something would probably have to break normally for Converse to lose that big of a lead on the last lap. But as I say that, Pal's closed the gap here on the backstretch. I don't know if she'll have time to do it, but Converse looks good out front right now.
Converse, always in another universe. He'll roll off a 4, and he'll take the checkered flag and go to the main event and start on the outside front row tonight. Good run for Morgan Powell at Texarkana, the 21M.
Danny Rambo will finish third unofficially there as they run up beside each other. Probably saying, look.
We're about to find out who's going to win a grand tonight as Colt 45, Dean Rasco, trying to win his first main event here since August the 29th of 2015. Rasco and Perry from the front row. The lights are out. We're green and underway at Boothill for 20. Laps the distance.
Rasco and Perry going to take them to the turn 1 here. Craig Oaks, Greenwood.
A bootlegger chassis on the front row with Colt 45 of Rasco. And Craig Oaks trying to work his way through the mix in the Texas Jockey Team 91 Motorsports chassis, number 91. As Dylan Spear out of Marshall, they're 3 wide for second off of 4.
Oh, contact over here. C1 of Chris Shaw.
Brake Smith Fabrication Bootlegger Race Car PTS Power Colt 45. He sends the field off of 4, and we're on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. Factory stock main event for 1,000 win is underway here at Boothill Speedway. They head off into 1. They're trying to go 3 different lanes wide off the exit of 2, headed down the back straightaway. Colt 45, the 12 of Bo Perry along on the outside. Craig Oaks in 2. And they roll off of 4. Bo Perry going to sidestep the Colt 45 and grab the race lead, it appears, down the front straightaway. This racetrack has been phenomenal all night long to this point. Can't ask for much more than what we've been dealt here. It's been a great deck of cards at this point.
Let me tell you, Craig Oaks trying to work that middle right now, and he'll split him if he has to, but right now he's going to go the high side on Dean Rasco as Bo Perry steps out front.
Dean Rasco's car lost a little bit of traction there. Chase car stepped out from underneath him a little bit, and the 91 of Craig Oaks looking to capitalize. He'll not be able to do so. Rasco will keep him at bay and keep him out of his house right now, as it's a Louisiana native out front, followed by the pair of Texans hunting him hard.
And battle for 4th right now, Dylan Spear on the inside of Travis Bowden as he'll try to get by him, trying to see if he can't run down these top 3 cars.
Here comes Big Bad Bowden. Bowden, the runner-up finisher to 36J last Saturday night. As right here mid-pack, we got Little John Tuggle, the C3 of Shaw. Some guys making some contact. Scotty Case involved in that melee as well. We stay green and clean off of 4, as we are, I believe, 5 laps into the main event here.
Not slowing him down yet, but Bowden's throwing sparks out of both sides of the back tires there. I'm not sure what's going on. A little smoke, a little sparks coming out. Right now it's not holding him up, but Dylan Spears trying to catch him back out there as he's lost some ground on him. Good battle all the way through the field.
So from the drop of the green flag, just to keep your eyes, the 36J, Justin Whitehead's only picked up 2 spots. He's up in the 11th spot right now. As interesting as these guys are able to fan out in the turns. Up near the front, not a whole lot of side-by-side battles going on at this particular moment.
Whitehead gets by Michael Knight in there coming out of turn 2. He's now got a sight set on Doug Big Jr.
Vic Jr. is a guy who knows how to carve his way towards the front meticulously. But the battle for the race lead is about to heat up once again. Rasco to the inside of the 12 of Bo Perry. Showed him the nose just a little bit. Perry knows he's got to go. And that's Superior Bar and Grill number 12 out front with the race lead.
Good battle, these 3 cars up front. Dean Rasco shuts the door on Craig Oaks as he tried to pull the inside there. He won't do it. Rasco holds on to second.
Bo Perry looking to get one of the biggest wins of his career here tonight. Won his first ever race here back in the 2012 racing season when he was just a youngster. A newborn baby in the dirt track racing scene. He showed up and showed out that night. As it'll be Dean Rasco holding back the advances of another Marshall Texan of Craig Oaks. All right, of course, Dean has a Wascom. The 1995 Louisiana State Dirt Track champion continue to hold on to the bridesmaids' honors in this one, Chase.
And Justin Whitehead all over the back of Doug Vick Jr. He's finally caught up to him. And I tell you, not much room between the rest of the cars there in front of him, so Whitehead's got his work cut out from him here. And Oaks still all over the back of Rasco going into 3 and 4.
Big Bad Bowden, Travis Bowden on the WCH-powered bootlegger chassis number 11. Right now, we've got a pair of bootlegger race cars inside of the top 4 with the Colt 45 on the 11. You got the Team 91 Motorsports chassis number 91 of Craig Oaks riding third, and the Laser out front built by Jody Prince and Glenn Perry. Keith Parker getting ready to show him the halfway mark this time. We're 10 laps scored, Chase. 10 laps to go. Who's it going to be tonight?
These 10 laps have flown by, man. Travis Bowden trying to get up there in the top 3 cars, see what he can do. Got a good battle back here, though, with Dylan Spear and Scotty Case. Even after he went X Games style on the first lap, man, he's holding strong up there.
No doubt about it. That original restart paid dividends for him. Rasco just set the car up top. And we'll get caution here with 8 laps to go.
You know, I'm not usually big on cautions, Zach, but I'd like to see this one stack back up a little bit with all these.
This is Dylan Spear in 5th. Scotty Case is still 6th. The lights are out. We're back underway. Little John Tuckle back in the 7th spot. We're back underway here on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. And there went the 91 of Craig Oaks. Oaks is about to lose the handle right in front of him. Rasco going to go right back around the outside of him and take the 2nd spot back.
And I tell you, that was close. I thought he was going to get some contact with Bo Perry there, but he was able to save it, keep it off of Perry for the most part. And we got a gaggle here, Zach.
Look at Dean, man. Dean is just getting a screaming run, and Travis Bowden just lost wholesale spots. He's going to drop outside of the top 7 here as Dino is searching the lanes around the Boothill Speedway. I don't know, man, but I'm telling you right now, that Colt 45 just give him a shot in the shorts in turn number 3. Hello, Bo Perry. I'm here. Are you ready to race? Off of 4. The hill's the place here for 1,000 to win the night for the factory stocks. Perry still leads at the flag stand. Chase as they head off into 1.
And I tell you, don't blink, Zach. Who's finna move into the top 5 over Little John Tuckle? It's not going to be.
As a relinquish it again. We'll see as he'll look to overtake Perry. As Perry's back on the loud pedal, he sends the party back started here off of turn number 4. Bo Perry in the Superior Bar and Grill Laser Chassis PTS Power number 12 leads the herd into 1.
Dylan Spear got loose on that restart, open in the middle there for Justin Aubrey Whitehead. See what he can do there as he battles with Sean Graham and John Tuckle. Doug Vick Jr. right there as well as Case. Man, what a battle we've got.
Yeah, 2 guys that came out of a B main tonight that were not here last night. Trouble Sean Graham and the Triple X Rocket and 7-time Cajun Classic winner Justin Whitehead. Outlaw Chassis Fabricator trying to split the 22 Magnum of Dylan Spear into turn number 1. Now
Three
Craig
wide.
Oaks. Oh, wow. Craig Oaks just drove all over the nose of the Colt 45, and Rasco don't like it too much. Rasco all over the tail tank of the 91, and he just lost wholesale spots. And look, at Dean doesn't lose his cool very often. Not saying he is now, but Dean is pissed off, to say the least.
And I tell you, the benefactor, John Tuggle's moving up to 2nd. We'll see what he can do with Bo Perry.
And
Dean Rasco's got some ground to make up there because of that Oaks, and Sean Graham getting the back of Oaks right there as well.
You can definitely tell Dean is hot under the collar right now, to say the least. Feels like the 91 may have used him up just a little bit there. As Bo Perry continues to lead as it's 5 laps to go as Keith Parker shows him 5 phalanges across the stripe.
Oh, Sean Graham squeezes Whitehead into the wall on the front stretch there. Might not have known he was quite there. I'm not sure. Dylan Spear gets loose because the Doug Vick Jr. They'll gather it up, keep on going.
If we get one more caution, this could get very, very interesting. Much more interesting than it already is. And how about this, folks? Where did he come from? The former John Harvey Toyota Arklatex champion. Meanwhile, we're talking about all these other guys. Where did little John Tuggle come from, folks? He just pulled a rabbit out of the hat. He's pulled up into the 2nd spot and has his sights set on Bo Perry. Bossier City, Louisiana runs 1 and 2.
Contact down here, Zach. As BJ Cook Jr.
We're still green though.
And Smooth Buttery was in that one as well. But yeah, keep it green.
As it's winding down, tick-tock goes the race clock.
Michael Knighton with some problems on that 96.
The Nightmare having a nightmare of his own there. The former Spring Nationals winner in the 1. Down the back straightaway, though. Can little John Tuggle do it? I tell you what, little John Tuggle wants some redemption. May not be at the Kilgore Oval tonight, but on opening night at Lone Star in 2018, he led the first 18 laps of the race before getting dethroned late.
2 to go here. Craig Oaks digging under Tuggle, but right now Bo Perry still leading the way. He's led every lap. Not sure anyone's going to be able to have anything for him, but they got a lap and a half to get it done, Zach.
Oh, there it is. No, boy. There's the rabbit thrown into the mix now.
You know what I just heard? Justin Aubrey Whitehead go, yay!
Perry tonight. I know the LJT fans are in the house.
Lights are out. Perry, Oaks, Tuggle, Whitehead, Rasco. Who's it going to be?
Green, white, checkered restart, and a good restart by Oaks out of Marshall. Down the front straightaway, trying to chew on that Texas beef jerky into one. Bo Perry's got to feel the pressure now because here comes Oaks stalking to the inside of him. Perry smashes the loud pedal, puts that John McLemore PTS power to the test. Chase, it's heating up.
I thought Oaks had a chance there, but he didn't do it. Tuggle's all over the side of Oaks there. Bo Perry, one more lap to get it done.
One more trip around. Oaks trying to pressure the 175 of Tuggle. Tuggle now on an outlaw chassis. How about this? 3 different chassis brands in time to your top 3, and Whitehead has pulled the rabbit out of the hat as well. They're 3 wide back there for 5th.
That's it. Whitehead's right there, too, man. He's not going to have time to do it. Bo Perry got one more corner to get it done. A battle right now between Oaks and Tuggle for second.
Final time off of 4. Double checker flags in front of the face, leading all 20 tonight. Goes to Bo Perry out of Bossier City with his hands pumping out of the window. How about that for Bo Perry?
As he gets his gear off, gang, Zach Clarkson run down to get a quick word with Bo Perry, but give him a hand as he gets out of this race car because what a ride he had. As good as the racing was behind him, Bo Perry leads every lap, made it look almost easy at some points to pick up this win.
Can you imagine what they'll race like for $10,000 late in August? Driving the Superior Bar and Grill, J&J Motorsports, Jess Racing Products, Laser Chassis, PTS Power number 12. Mixing a 1-2 punch tonight for the Bossier City, Louisiana racers. He's coming out of the car, but he'll give it up for Bo Perry from Bossier City in car 12. Bo, let's talk about this one, man. I'll tell you, you had to feel the pressure. Let's get a little back from these speakers here and get centered for the Race on Texas cameras. Bo, that was he's getting congratulations from Mom. Come back here for me if you don't mind. I'll tell you what, Bo, that was an absolute stellar run for you in this 12 car. I know it's got to feel pretty good to put this thing in victory lane, but Dean Rasco, Oaks, those guys gave you everything they had.
Oh, yeah, no, I felt them back there. I just had to know, keep them behind me, hit my line, make sure everything was perfect, and I knew they couldn't get around me.
Was that the main thing going through your mind, was to make sure you just hit those restarts perfectly each and every time to try to keep those guys at bay?
Yeah, every restart, especially that last one, it made me nervous. I knew they were going to be there, and as soon as we got that restart, I saw Craig underneath me. I was like, well, it's going to be a fun one right here.
We talked about all that bad luck earlier with that pre-night interview earlier, and is it a sense of relief now that the night's finally over? You're standing here in victory lane.
Oh, you have no idea. I've been wanting to win one of these big races, and this is by far the biggest race I've won so far, so it feels great.
That's a bad luck to kick off the years. How's it feel to have a season turn around and it's starting off on a good note?
Oh, it feels great. I know it's a long year, so hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Now let's hear about all the great folks that help you out in this number 12 car.
Well, first of all, my dad builds one of the best cars out here. These laser race cars are ridiculous fast. And then J&J Motorsports, without Jody, we wouldn't be out here every weekend. Same as with JRP. Jeff Lewis does so much for me. And, of course, my new sponsor this year, Superior Grills. So everybody come get you a margarita tomorrow.
Hey, why not? Hey, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. A blast.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, from Bossier City, Louisiana. Bo Perry parks it tonight.
And the K1 is Stephen Guidry. Triple Z of Christopher Kuhn.
It looks like 817.
99 is Underwood, and we're missing a couple. And the 55 there is Rowdy Shaw.
So 300 to win here for the non-qualifiers as they head off into turns number 1. Stephen Neighbors way up top there down the back straightaway, Chase.
Hey, 300 wins is a nice consolation, I guess, for not making the show. But I tell you, these guys wanted to be in that big A main, Zach.
It's what these races would typically pay to win, so not too bad. As David Leger, how about this? They're 3 different lanes wide. The Boothill Speedway is absolutely phenomenal right now. Hats go off to Tim Higgins for all the hard work that he has put into this joint. Stephen Neighbors, boy, he is screaming Chase Lawler.
Yes, he is. Neighbors screaming on that inside or that high side. Now he cuts it down low on Leger there. As you've got Ricky Ingles also over the back of Eddie Underwood here.
That is my favorite move in dirt track racing. When a guy crosses underneath there, he's got so much momentum underneath, just crosses underneath and sets a guy and his tire tracks. Neighbors is gone with the win in the MRI Centers of Texas. Number 23, the Mesquite Texan, gone.
Leger is trying to chase him back down there. He's also found the high side, too. And look at that. Eagle's going to make a move here on the 4 of Underwood. Behind him is the Brandon Ball, Farmerville Freight Train there. Eagle's going to take third away here. Slide job. Holds him up. He's able to keep it on there. Underwood thought he was going to cut back under him, but got in the back of Ricky there. So Ricky's now in third, trying to set his sights on Leger and Neighbors. Battle for 5th here, too. Brandon Ball and Underwood. As Ricky Ingles starting to step out on him here. Ball's going to also make a move there for 4th. Can't get it done. Underwood with a run on the high side. And Leger again still trying to track down Neighbors, get that lead back. He's not able to do it yet. Good battle all the way through the field. Kuhn and the 21S there are battling it out. You got Brandon Ball over here with Underwood battling it out.
Yeah, David Leger not letting the 23 out of his crosshairs here as they head down the back straightaway. Neighbors blew by him quick, fast, and in a hurry. As off of turn number 4, Leger trying to roll that lane. I tell you what, that cushion is getting pushed out further and further on the racetrack, and that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, that's a show up front right now. He's all over the back of him. He's not letting him get away whatsoever. Keith Parker grabbing the flag to show him halfway here this time by. Ricky Ingles rides third. Underwood in fourth. Brandon Ball. 2 to go. This is a quick one, Zach. Does Leger have anything for Neighbors here? As they're coming to the white flag this time by. Everybody running that high side. Look at every single one of them. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all running that high side. So right now, Neighbors hanging it up front. Leger, he's going to cut down low. He's going to make a race of it as they come to the line. Wow. Side by side out of 4, but the high side will carry the momentum. Give it to Neighbors.
Jumping the MRI Centers of Texas, Hoosier Tire Southwest, Smiley's Racing Products, Mullins powered.
Thank everybody for coming.
Give it up for Steven Neighbors climbing out of the car number 23 in victory lane for the non-qualifiers for the limited modifieds.
You want the money or you going to go to A? Let's go to A.
Let's ask him. Steven Neighbors, you get the non-qualifier win. David Leger trying to get you there on the last lap, man. You've had a good car all weekend. This puts you in position to have the choice of whether go to the A main or take $300. What's your choice?
We're going to go play in the A, and that's what we came here for, and we appreciate everything you guys done. It's a great track, and had a lot of fun, and thank you for the offer, but we're going to go play.
Car really set selling that outside.
Yeah, it was nice out there. It was starting to rubber up a little bit, and I enjoyed it. It was fast.
And for any reason you don't get back here, let's hear about all the great sponsors that help you out in this 23 machine.
Man, MRI's of Texas, Smiley's Racing, TCC Carburetor, Rhino Rear, Mullins Racing Engines. These guys just do so much for me. It just gives me the opportunity to come out here. So we appreciate everybody, and we thank everybody for doing everything they do for us. And thank you guys.
Thank you for racing here with us at Boothill Speedway. We hope to see you back next time. Congratulations. We'll see you in the A-main.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Here you hear it, folks. The 23 Steven Neighbors, your non-qualifier winner, says, I will go to the main event and give it a try.
Keith Parker going to show him the green here as Washburn and Beasley lead the way with Graham behind him there. Washburn drives it hard in the first corner there. He's going to be able to gather it up, take the lead. Beasley will settle in for second with Robert Graham in there in third. Good battle for third right now between Robert Graham and the 33H of Holt. They're side by side over in 1 and 2, Zach, trying to get it done. Oh, come over this time by. We'll try to get this one back under green as Mike go, baby, go. Washburn's leading them the way. Big contact here for Shaw, Bockham, Darlin, Poindexter.
Jason Beasley, bro.
Beasley.
Wow. And that's what you call that's the Mike Washburn going to lead them into turn number 3 and relight this party off of turn number 4. We're back away at the Boothill Speedway here in Greenwood, Louisiana. Pro Mod. Main event is Matt Terry's around, and we may not even get to go.
Mike, go, baby, go. Washburn jumps it out.
In his crown from a victory there a year ago. The thriller K. Dillard is probably going to be there in his number 97 MB Custom as Mike Washburn here in Pro Mod action at Boothill resets the pace off of 4. We're back underway.
Watch out for Big Jr. He's going to try to race his way up there to Washburn. He's on the high side. Running in 6 right now. It's about a 2K on the low side.
Ludwig working his way inside of the top 4, and the caution immediately comes back out there in the late going. On the 4, we're back on the way at Boothill, and Mike Washburn got to go to restart.
So Doug Vick Jr.'s got his sights set on Keller. He'll have to get by him first, get to Humphrey. If he's going to do anything with Washburn here. Tell you what, to his inside is Barnes, though. Barnes making a run on Doug Vick Jr.
Off and there they go. The lights are out. We're about to send them back in full throat off of turn number 4. It's Mike Washburn out of Shreveport, Louisiana, leading the way in the Architect Sheet Metal and Welding number 27. We're back underway here at Boot Hill.
Side-by-side battle with Graham. And the 2K there of Glenn Keller. Give it to Keller for now. He's going to set sights on Mike Washburn. As we got a good lap in the books now. So on this restart, maybe we can keep it clear, keep this one green to the end. Mike Washburn's already opened up a good lead over Keller. Look at Doug Vick Jr. moving into third past Robert Graham. Has he got time, though, to chase him down? So Mike Washburn leading the way, checking out. No one's got anything for him yet, but Doug Vick Jr. all over the back of Keller there. It's going to be a battle for second this lap, it looks like, as he's there.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but we're going to have to see another caution, and Vick Jr. is going to have a chance probably in this race, as he's probably going to run out of time as the stopwatch is ticking off here at the Boothill Speedway in the main event for the Pro Mods. It's all Mike Washburn trying to go back-to-back here at his home racetrack tonight.
That thing is on a rail, Zach. He is taking off. Vick's having all kinds of problems with Keller trying to get around him. Good battle behind over fourth between Tuggle and Robert Graham. Doug Vick Jr. looking all over the back of Keller. He's trying on the high side, looking on the low side that time. Can't get it done. But Mike Washburn's in another zip code here. No one's even close, got anything for him. But he's still got some laps here.
If the battle for second was for the race lead, it'd be a phenomenal battle right now. As it's only 50% complete.
Halfway, Zach, hard to believe.
Yeah, and I would take the odds right now that we'll probably get another yellow flag in this one. And that'll put Humphrey and the 4 on the tail tank of the 27 of Washburn. I think Doug Vick, you never can count out Vick or Humphrey. As I mentioned earlier, Humphrey's car was going to get better after that heat race, and it looks like it's working his expectation tonight.
On the high side, Doug Vick Jr. over Keller. Poindexter's having problems in the way here, but it doesn't matter. Vick Jr. gets around him. Give him seconds, Zach. Mike Washburn, though, has got a good straightaway lead, it looks like, here over second place, Doug Vick Jr.
Yeah, Mike Washburn's already said, I'll make plans to see y'all next Saturday night. We'll holla at you.
I think he's already trying to figure out what he's going to do tomorrow at this point.
He's going to watch his race on Texas and say, man, I beat them boys pretty bad last night. Well, he might. Mike's a realist too, but let's be honest. It's obvious right now that Doug Vick and him have been the 2 quickest cars. They're tied for the points right now. The cream has risen to the top, and he knows that he has the best race car here tonight. I'm not sure he would have even been challenged. He's gone unchallenged to this point, regardless of who's fell out of this race due to a DNF.
That's it. And being that far out front as a racer, though, man, do you really know that at all, man? When you're out far that front, just that you have no competition behind you. So
a lot of times when you're going down the back straightaway, I talk to drivers. They can see, you can feel, and you can hear it a lot of times, and you can see, and you kind of pay attention to the flagman out of your peripheral vision. You do the best you can, but yeah, you're still going as hard as you can every single lap.
That's it. Now Cortland Smith shaking his head up here, saying no. You just don't know that. You don't feel that. And I guess the only way you would is if Mike Washburn looked over, coming out of the corner, and caught the eye of Vick over here on the front stretch still. As he's opened it up, man. Huge lead for Pizza Rev, McDonald's, Mr. Mike. Go, baby, go, Washburn.
Mike knows that he's got to just set a conservative pace around the racetrack. He just wants to have the car glued to the racetrack. Doesn't want to make any mistakes. He's going to play a little conservative and just try to coast this thing to victory lane, because he can probably see that 4 car on the back straightaway as the 4 is coming down the front chute into 1. He knows he's got a straightaway advantage over the rest of the competition as we wind them down here in Greenwood tonight in the Pro Mod main event. That was 5 laps to go. That time by for the Architect Sheet Metal and Welding number 27, the reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track champion, Mike Washburn.
Go ahead down. I'll do this one. Sound good?
Yeah. Two to go for Mike Washburn. It'll be 1 to go this time by when he meets the flag stand at car number 27. Down the front boulevard into 1 for the final time. He'll have lap track with a 2K at Glenn Keller, but shouldn't be a problem. Down the back straightaway. With his sights set on turn number 3 once again here for the final time tonight. After quite a few cautions in the early going of this one, he'll lead all 20 tonight. Driving the Architect Sheet Metal Welding number 27, your reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track champion, Mike Washburn, pumping his fists out of the window. He's fired up, going back to back here at Boot Hill. He'll be followed to the straight by the 4, Doug Vick Jr. to grab 2nd. Trent Humphrey will finish 3rd in the 515. ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, and he'll get a word here with Chase Lawler.
Scott Burson, where's my huckleberry? Or you are my huckleberry.
Give your hands up for Mike. Go, baby, go, Washburn. 2 weeks in a row. Get it done here at Boothill Speedway.
And a free picture.
I'll be going to Pizza Rev tomorrow. I don't know about nobody else. We'll be talking you up in there, Mike.
Hey, look, you got an RKT hat.
Well, I'll tell you, took a little while to keep it green and keep it going after that little melee on the front stretch, but you picked up where you left off last week and just got her done, man. How far that front, did you know, or just?
Had no idea. Had no idea.
Well, I'll tell you put on a show here in this Pizza Rev, 27, Architect, Sheet Metal and Welding, McDonald's. Who else you got here? Broadmoor Garage. Connie's Hideaway. This thing has been on a rail, man. I tell you, minus the first week with the little slip up to let Doug Vick Jr. get it. You got this thing on a rail, Mike.
Yeah, she's running pretty good right now. And the racetrack is really good. I can't wait to see that limited show.
They're coming out next, man, and appreciate it. You always put on a good show out here, Mike. Fans, give it up again for Mike. Go, baby, go, Washburn.
Let me thank some people. I'd like to thank Casey Bush, B.J. Cook, Brittany Washburn, my grandson, Scott Young, Architect Sheet Metal, Pizza Rev, Broadmoor Garage, Connie's Hideaway, and McDonald's. And most of all, my lovely wife, Pam.
Love you, Pam.
K1. And the lights are out. 40 laps. Jimmy Day along the front row with racing. Jason Ingalls. Who's it going to be? Kick the tires. Light the fires. The 40 lap, 5,000 win, 4th annual Battle of Boot Hill is underway from the oldest dirt oval in the state of Louisiana since 1973 in the home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. For the first time, off of 2, headed down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 23M of Jimmy Day going to lead them into 3. Ingalls way up top on the first lap. Look at this race, fans. They're trying to go 3 wide for second. They do off of 4. Ingalls finds a screaming run down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Into 1 and 2. Ingalls going to sell it up top. Jimmy Day on the middle part of the Boothill Speedway, works to his advantage. He continues to lead down the back straightaway as they work into turn number 3 on the second lap of this 40-lap affair for 5K. Jimmy Day continues to lead here at Boot Hill. Already has some right rear quarter panel damage as it looked like Ingalls got into him early on in this race. Hard to tell from my vantage point. It looked like it was off the exit of corner number 2 that last time. The 9 of Shane Hebert, the multi-time Louisiana State Dirt Track champ, trying to work to the inside. Racing Jason got a good run there off of turn number 4 to the inside. Day sidesteps him though, keeps him in his hip pocket right now, throws him in bay. Ingalls going to work the outside of the racetrack. I remember 1 year ago, they go 3 wide there for second. A year ago, Ingalls had talked about how Derek Grigsby set a much a much quicker and torrid pace out front than he was expecting. And he said he was never able to relax in that race. And Jody Davidson now going to work to the inside down the front straightaway. And here comes Racing Jason. You got the Clutch built chassis out front, built by the 2010 TMS World Dirt Track Champ 10 Clutch out of Quinlan, Texas. With Jimmy Day out of Greenville leading, and Ingles way up top, higher than Willie Nelson on the cross-country tour off of 4. Chase, what a race we got brewing here in Greenwood tonight.
Yeah, Ingles trying high, trying low. He's on the high side right now, trying to get it done. But I tell you, Abear, good race back there with Davidson. They're digging too, trying to get to the back of Ingles, man. We got a race right here.
And we got a phenomenal racetrack. What a job. Ricky Burke Jr., Tim, Danielle Higgins have done a job with this racetrack. The racing service is absolutely phenomenal. Here comes Ingles again, trying to work the hub of the Boothill Speedway to his advantage.
He's on the inside of Day, man. They are strong coming off that low side tonight. And Racing Jason Ingles going to let off a little bit, going high to 3 and 4. See what he can do as he digs. Shane Abear on low on Ingles.
And to this point, Jimmy's saying, make my day. As Jimmy Day continues to hold on to the race lead into turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Day trying to get one of the biggest wins of his racing career, the Greenville Texan. Of course, the Day family, all big supporters of racing around the Arklatex and Mid-South region.
Ingles is driving in hard right now, that high side. But I tell you, they just can't do anything with Day right now, but he's going to cut down low. But Day just smooth, man, smooth.
I'm telling you right now, folks, if you do not like this, you don't like dirt track, a slight job into 1 and 2 by Ingles. And crossing underneath. A crossover down the back straight, but Ingles now has that preferred line. That is textbook racing right there. As Ingles going to go back to the top shelf and roll to the cush, grab it off of turn number 4. Ingles may be the new leader at the line. Day going to slam the door shut, leaves him just enough room on the outside chase, and Ingles takes over the race lead.
And all the while, meanwhile, Shane Abear is getting up there too, Zach. He's closing up on him.
If you don't like this, ladies and gentlemen, you do not like the sport of dirt track racing. This is absolutely phenomenal. As now Day going to go to the outside, and now the 12 of Ingles comfortably has the race lead. Day with that right rear damage. Look at that run he had off of 4 there.
Little crossover there with Abear, and I tell you what, who snuck up there at 44? Kel Westover. He was on a rail earlier,
Zach. This is truly unbelievable. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, I've seen some great races, man. And I'll tell you what, looked like maybe the 23M and the 9 may have got together there just a little bit. Here comes Shane Abear. Wow.
To the inside there. Day's going to look to try to get it back, but Abear's going to shut the door going into 1 and 2.
Oh, Jimmy Day looked like he made it just try to get in there and make a little bit of contact with the 9. Nope, they're just racing that hard.
Day wasn't going to have it.
They're racing with reckless abandon right now, Chase Lawler. This is unbelievable racing right now here at the Boothill Speedway. If you want to race, you know what it is. It's the hill. It's the place.
And I tell you what, Kel Westover right there 2 and 4th, man. He's trying to run his way up there. See what he can do with Day first, and Abear trying to look for the lead with Ingles side by side on the backstretch.
And if you want to know that Shane Abear licks his chops for an opportunity like this, he told me on Thursday night, as he is going to try to roll the inside of the IRP chassis builder. You got the 2 best chassis manufacturers in the Mid-South going at it right here tonight at Boothill for 5K. You got the Lafayette racer, Shane Abear, the multi-time Louisiana State Dirt Track champ, and Racing Jason Ingles are going at it tonight, baby. This is for bragging rights, I'll tell you right now.
And what a race right behind him, too. Kel Westover and Dave battling out for 3rd side by side.
And John O. Whittington wants to throw his hat into the ring. He says, hey, guess what? I'm a player, and I'll go way up top once again like I did last night, and I'll find some momentum as the Ada, Oklahoma driver right now. Chase, we got 3 different states occupying the top 3 with Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma. The caution flag waves. Shane Abear representing the home state of Louisiana to Lafayette. Smashes his foot through the firewall off of 4, shown to the green by Keith Parker. We're backing away.
Be 26 to go here as we go back under. Oh, big contact. Shane Abear off the
wall.
Abear, your
leader. And we're going to have to look at the raceontexas.com replay.
Ingles has got some damage as well.
Was just coming up the stairs. Kel Westover going to inherit the race lead in car number 44 over John O. Whittington. Jimmy Day out of Greenville. The lights are going to go out. Jody Davidson and a Marshall missile. Derek Greasy, we're backing away at the hill. Great restart. The 44 of Kel Westover there on that restart. He pushes up the racetrack. Wow, Westover pushed way up top that time. And he's lucky he got such a good restart because he would have not had that opportunity had he not separated himself by a few car lengths.
3 wide over here. Kevin DuPont. Derek Grigsby. What a race we've got. Right now, Westover leads the way. He's fast on the high side.
Headed down the back straight to win the turn number 3. Jimmy Day has come back alive in this one, but Kel Westover out front of the caution flag waves. He had said to one of the track officials, so. As the 44 of Kel Westover going to send him back in full third off of turn number 4. We're backing away here at the place to race here in Greenwood, Louisiana. Bob Kellogg out of the gas down the front straightaway. They're going to go side by side, and Westover jumped the cushion there. Down the back straightaway, the 23 at Jimmy Day. Is back into one. The 44 of Westover. Selling it up top. Obviously, the car did a lot like it did on that previous restart, where it did not quite sit up the way to his liking. But he has got the outside of the Boothill Speedway working all the way to his advantage. And I'll tell you what, John Whittington is working that outside cushion and working it well now.
A good battle there.
So many different players in this one right now, Chase, and Jimmy Day is coming back alive.
Trying to chase down Westover. I'll tell you, Westover on that high side is tough, Zach.
And John Whittington, he's going to go way up top. And I'll tell you, that's the lane he was running last night, where he came from 6th to finish in the top 2 in a heat race. And he'll dive back to the bottom in front of the nose of the West Monroe native, Jody Davidson, that time. Westover not going to budge. And here comes the Marshall missile, trying to find something. And that PCS-powered 69.
I tell you, good battle through the field. Through back here for 7. You got Kevin DuPont, Casey Penn, Craig Oakes. Man, they're driving hard back here as well.
And it looks like Grigsby's just going to throw all caution to the wind right now at this point. He says, what do I have to lose? I'm running about 6th on the grid right now, and I see the 44 of Westover way up here in the race lead running it, so I'll try to get what I can get. As Whittington's there as well, and moving up that lane off of 4th, the 23M of Day to hold back the advances of Whittington. As they are halfway in, we're 20 laps in, Chase, 20 laps to go with this 40-lap affair for $5,000.
And I tell you, man, a lot of laps to go. This one, don't know how it's going to play out. But right now, again, Westover is just checking out. He got a little squirrely that time, though. But I tell you, all over the back of John O. Whittington comes that, all over the back of Day, I should say, is John O. Whittington. As we're going to have a battle for second here, coming out of 2, Zach.
Here comes Jono. They better look out, because now it's down to a regular dirt track Saturday night 20-lap main event. Whittington's going to drop to the low side of the Boothill Speedway. Around the hugging the hub of the Uke tires to the inside of Jimmy Day. A pair of Texans going to go door-to-door down the front straightaway. The Oklahoma native singing Take Me Home Country Roads out front. It's all Westover.
I tell you, he hit a let up there coming out of 2. Unfortunately, the run down the back, though, he's still all over. He's a little bit faster, I think, than Day, man. He just can't find a way around. But I tell you what, Day is tracking down Westover.
I'll tell you what, John O. and the 23 a Day are going to get there. They're going to get there. They're going to claw. They're going to scratch. And I'll tell you, if the 5W would have just turned just a little bit more on the dime right there to the center of the corner, he would have had a screaming run down the back straightaway. But he's going to have to find his niche, as he has done it all weekend long here at the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway Oval. Tracy Denby Jr. up inside of the top 4 here. Chase holding back the advance of the 90 of West Monroe's Jody Davidson. The Marshall missile still back in 6th in the IRP chassis number 69. Kevin DuPont in the top 10, the 5-star of Casey Penn.
Jody Davis has been working on him for a while, man. He can't quite get by, but good battles all the way through the field.
The best battle right now is between 10th, the 91 of Oaks, the 47 of Stuckey, and right here for 2nd. As Whittington is trying to continue to go to work on the 23M of Jimmy Day. Day able to hold him at bay.
I tell you, though, back in the back, man, Rowland, Frazier, Tupper, Tidwell, they've been door-to-door, 2 wide all the way around.
Westover's going to continue running that top shelf of reckless abandon, and I'm telling you, he's going to, if he slips up just a little tight bobble, just a little slip up in this race, and there it is. It's a fine line between love and hate right now, and I'm telling you, Jimmy Day is going to be loving himself, while the 44 maybe hating himself, and there it is off of turn number 2, Jimmy Day, trying to work and put the heat all over the Ada, Oklahoma driver, Kel Westover, for the race lead.
Jimmy Day is there. He's going to have a run coming out of this corner. It'll be side by side on the front stretch. He's going to not lead this lap, but he's all over him, Zach. He's going to pass him, I think, here in the back stretch.
By half of a cat's whisker at the line, the 44 of Westover. We have got an absolute barn burner, a Donnie Brooks special, brewing here tonight at the Greenwood Oval, baby. What more do you want?
I think Westover grabbed some concrete back there on the backstretch.
Yeah, and here comes Jimmy Day. He'll take the top spot at the line by half of a nose that time. And here comes John O. Whittington. We're about to have a 3-horse race here. 3 different chassis manufacturers. You got the Western Flyer with the 44 of Westover. You got the Klotz chassis by Tim Klotz, and you got the Express chassis built by A-Bear. A-Bear's got to be over there in the pit area and watch the 5W diamond off the corner off of 4. They still leads the line by half of a nose that time. What a race.
That's what seems to happen when you get side-by-side racing. Man, you get to draw up the next guy. Now he's all over. John O. Whittington, Westover. This is a race, man. This is what you pay for, fans.
A season ago, Chase, I had said when Jason Ingalls and Derek Grigsby were side-by-side for the majority of the first probably 30 laps of that race, I said this may be shaping up for one of the best races I've ever seen. This undoubtedly may be one of the best limited modified races I have ever seen at this quarter-mile racetrack. Since 1973, the oldest dirt oval, and they're 3 wide for the race lead down the back straightaway. Unbelievable. Oklahoma, Texas,
Jono's going to move to the high side this time, surprisingly.
What do I do?
Days on the inside, side by side with Westover again.
He'll take back the race lead. Oklahoma back to the top spot. He'll shoot the arrow at the top
Blows for Westover.
And now Jono Whittington, now door to door. And we do not want to see a caution, but the caution flag will wave, and the heartbreak goes to the 44 of Kel Westover.
Digging, Whittington digging. Davidson,
8 laps to go, race fans. 8 laps to go. 32 scored. 32 scored off of 4. We're back good away here at the legendary quarter mile over in Greenwood, Louisiana, as they hit off into 1 and 2. And here comes John O. Whittington. They're going to go 2 by 2, not 2 all the way to the tail. John O. around the hub of the racetrack as they head off into turn number 3. Jimmy Day rolling in the middle part of the racetrack. Still holds on to the race lead off of turn number 4. John O. is there. And here comes Denby. Vidor, Texas occupies positions 2 and 3 on the racetrack. Greenville, Texas out front with Jimmy Day. Jimmy Day driving one of the more flawless races in his career. He has went all the way back to 4th, maybe 5th at one point in this race. This time by, I believe it'll be 6 laps to go here at Boothill Speedway tonight. John O. Whittington. We may be setting up for a photo finish here, Chase.
And I tell you, there they go, side by side again. Denby trying to pounce. Davidson there, too. If anybody slips, man, this is anybody's race.
It is tighter than the top string on a Texas fiddle. Oh, my.
Denby all over the back of Jono there. Davidson on the inside, but all the time. Day's out front, starting to step out a little bit.
As they hit him back off into 1. Whittington knows he's got to throw his best 5 out now for car 5. As they head down the back straightaway. Vidor, Texas once again occupies positions 2 and 3 on the racetrack. Back and forth is Jody D in 5th. It's the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. As they roll off of 4. 5 laps to go here at the legendary quarter mile.
And I tell you, as we do that, back here for 6 on, they were 3 wide, 2 or 3 deep, man. Battles going on all over the track.
Here comes John O. Whittington. He's going to try the crossover down the back straightaway and bet that big run on turn with a slight job through 3 and 4. At the crossover, the 23M of the Greenville Texan, Jimmy Day tries to cross underneath. It won't work. The 5 though leads his first lap of the race. John Whittington representing Express Racing Chassis to the front here at Boot Hill.
Jimmy Day, man, he's going to have to get back up there, get on that wheel. He can't be happy after losing that lead. Going to be 2 to go this time back from Keith Parker.
2 laps to go. Jimmy Day says, I did not get to this point to give it away, but John O. Whittington was so good here last night running that outside. He took the race lead with a big run off of 2 that last time. And we have got 1.5 laps to go. We got Dylan Spear and Tupper making contact on the front straightaway.
Tidwell, they were 4 wide coming off that corner.
And this is all a go. We may not get the photo finish that we were looking for, but if you could, you can't say that this was not one of the more phenomenal races we've seen at Boothill Speedway in quite some time. As the driver of the Reinhardt Trucking, B&D Motorsports, Showtime Signs, CB Powered, Express Chassis, he'll get redemption from a few years ago here for the Louisiana State Championship. Your 4th annual Battle of Boot Hill champion goes to John O. Whittington from Vidor, Texas.
What a race, Zach. Love that one, man. Unofficially, your top 5 be Derek Grigsby, the Marshall Missile in 5th. Jody Davidson out of West Monroe will finish 4th. 22 of Tracy Denby Jr.
Basically, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, you did a good job.
Jimmy Day. Race fans, let's hear it for Greenville, Texas racer Jimmy Day. Jimmy, come on, man. Y'all got to do better than that. Your top qualifier last night, Jimmy. What an absolute hell of a race.
Thank you. It was stiff competition. I mean, everybody was flying.
You had fell back to 4th or 5th at one time. You meticulously worked your way back to the front. Were you playing conservative in any of that race? You just going full bore the entire time like I probably thought you were?
When we first started, the car was a little too tight, and the more we ran, the more it knocked off then got slick. So, and that's what we set up for.
How does it feel to park this Tim Clonch built chassis out here in the top 3 this weekend? I know you'd like to get that $5,000 paycheck, but I don't think you could go back to Greenville and say I didn't give it all I had.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Clonch built a real nice car here, and this is only the 5th night on it.
Overall, pretty stellar weekend for you in this race team.
Oh, yeah.
Give you an opportunity to thank all the folks to help you out, Jimmy.
We've got 3 car owners. We've got Aunt Margaret, Philip Kaysen, myself, and we've got Clonch Racing Chassis, Quality Intermodal. We've got Dennis & Sons, JL Signs, Express Fabrication, Campbell Air Conditioning, Pop's Dirt Work, and JD Installation.
With Rowdy getting a win over in Greenville last night, been a pretty good weekend for the Day Boys. We know when the Day Boys show up, it's going to be a show. So congratulations on a solid runner-up, man. We appreciate you racing with us here at the place to race.
Thank you, and it was a very nice racetrack. I love dry slick.
I would concur with you. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, from Greenville, Texas. Jimmy Day comes home with 2nd tonight and 3rd. How about it for the Vidor Texan, the former Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt. Tracy Denby Jr. Tracy, you worked your way up there into the mix, and I'm sure you could ask for much more than that.
Oh, man, that was awesome there. I just try to be patient and pick my way through there, but I got to thank CB Racing Engines and my dad. He puts a lot of work in the car, and B&D Motorsports, he helped us out, man. And thank everybody for coming.
Did you think you had a shot there in the late going?
No, I think I done used my car all up by the time I got there, and I was just riding.
Great display for you, man. Thanks for racing with us here at Boot Hill. I don't think you guys could have put on any better show. Great show tonight, Tracy.
Yep, thank y'all.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Vidor, Texas takes the top 3 spots, or two of the top 3 spots. Tracy Denby Jr. finishes 3rd here tonight.
You've had Chris Kirsten from Texarkana picked up the win the first night, and then you had Cole Derrick picking up second night. Neither one of them are here, so we're going to have the first-time winner for the 2018 season. 4 cylinders underway. Chris Collier, Justin Converse, they're bottled up already. Michael King Jr. takes a hole shot. Out front he goes. Morgan Powell on the outside of Chris Collier. Danny Rambo trying to get to the back here. We're going to have a caution. We've got a little pile of Michael King Jr., Justin Converse, Chris Collier, Morgan Powell, Danny Rambo. What are they going to do here? Converse with a run on the high side. Michael King Jr. on the low side. Oh, King slings it in a little hard, almost loses it, recovers. Great recovery from Michael King Jr., but there's problems clearly on that car. He's going to drop to the back. Tough break there. He gets it fired up again. All the while, Justin Converse, check it out. Morgan Powell in second. Danny Rambo in third. Top 3, Texarkana right now. Chris Collier trying to get it done, trying to chase him down. John Lafitte. Adrian Kennington. What a race we've got. As Converse is pulling away already. Has anyone got anything for him? Converse leading the way in the CE49 there with Danny Rambo, Morgan Powell, second row. Collier, Lafitte behind him. We're going to go back around. Some contact with Kennington and Collier. They keep it going. As right now, look at Lafitte in the 29 making a run on the outside of Danny Rambo. As they're trying to chase down 21 Morgan Powell hits the smoke screen button. She's going to try to sneak away. But right now, Justin Converse in a different universe. He's trying to check it out. Battles through the field. Michael King Jr. gets by Adrian Kennington. That's a battle for 6th. Collier looking to the inside of Rambo for 5th. Not going to be able to do it. Rambo shuts the door. Oh, problems for Adrian Kennington. Pulls it into the infield. Tough break there for the youngster. As Justin Converse still leads the way over Morgan Powell, Lafitte, Rambo, Collier, King Jr. Then you got Wyatt Williams, we'll say Jason P. and Rebecca Lindsay, Fosbury, Toby Davis. Collier having handling problems. That car is going to bring Michael King Jr. up to the rear end. But right now, Converse getting around the lap car. Morgan Powell needs to let off the smoke screen button and hit the turtle shell button, or she's going to slow down Converse. John Lafitte in third has started smoking pretty heavily. Danny Rambo getting a face full of that smoke. As they're going to clear the lap car as well. Lafitte, heavy smoke coming out of the back of that 4-cylinder. Michael King Jr. dives the inside of Danny Rambo. That's a battle for 4th. I'm telling you, Michael King Jr., man, the more races he gets under him, he's going to be a force. I might even call it to say he might be the next Justin Whitehead of the 4-cylinder class. He is fast. Vosbury had an issue over here in turn 3 and 4. He gets it back together. Michael King Jr. gets around the 29 of John Lafitte, moves into 3rd. That kid is wicked fast. but it's Justin Converse out front right now. No challenge, 5 to go from Keith Parker. Converse has got some lap traffic here. We'll see if it slows him down any. Oh, the left front there, Toby Davis, the 21D. Sparking it up, brakes are getting hot. Converse clears the left traffic. Morgan Powell riding in third, and the 21M, in second. Third is going to be Michael King Jr. trying to chase her down. But Justin Converse is in a different universe, getting it done here in the four-cylinder race. Chris Collier with the feet, Danny Rambo, 3-wide battle back here. Going into 1 and 2 now with the lap car in the way. Oh, Rambo, Lafitte, Collier. They got a good race back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. 2 to go, though, for Justin Converse. Morgan Powell has got pressure from the 14 junior. Lafitte gets held up by the 4M. Collier and Rambo side by side. Michael King Jr. takes second away from Morgan Powell. He drives it a little too hard, though, gets squirrely. He'll save it. But right now, it's all about Twisted K Racing. Justin Converse. He's out front, getting it done. Michael King Jr. is not going to have enough laps to catch him. I tell you, though, we had 5 more. It'd be kind of scary. Checkered flag for Twisted K Racing. Justin Converse. Michael King Jr. will take second. Morgan Powell will take third.
Don't run off yet now.
We don't have to chat about that. Robin Terhune, Kayla Key, our judge here and executioner up in the flag stand, Mr. Keith Parker. Austin Wilkins behind the wheel on Race On Texas. And like I said, on behalf of Chase Lawler, myself, Zach Clark, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you all for supporting Boothill Speedway and the home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. We hope you enjoyed your stay here for the 5,004th annual Battle of Boot Hill. You know what it is. If you want to race, the hill's the place.
Hey fans, watch Justin Converse get out of this car. I think he's going to go Carl Edwards style here for this win. Here we go, Justin Converse, Mr. Backflip. There he goes, and he nails it. Justin Converse, Twisted K Racing, getting it done here. Boothill Speedway, 2 for 3 with Kirsten winning the opener. Now Converse winning tonight. Give another shout out though to second 14 junior Michael King Jr. He's been on a rail, man, for a new guy in that car. He's gonna be something to watch. And give a hand up to 21M Morgan Powell getting out down here as well. TK Outlaw, Texarkana getting it done. Again, 3 weeks in a row. It's been Kirsten, Cole Derrick, now Justin Converse. So Justin Converse picking up your 4-cylinder win, man. Got the newborn there here, Grandpa. And love the backflip. Thank you. That was a little special thing for me to see.
I told you when I won my first race I was going to do it for you.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It was fun. Definitely nailed it a little better than Timberline, even though I didn't get to see that one. I keep hearing y'all talk about it, but you got it, even though with the slope on the bank in here. And again, got the little newborn down here with you. Twisted K Racing's on a rail here as Kirsten won here opening night. One opening night at 67 Speedway. Oh, the little one's even got a Twisted K Racing shirt on. That's what I'm talking about. How was it from out front, Justin?
Man, I was just trying to keep my left rear tire on the ground because when I was doing it in the heat race, I was feeling to put so much pressure on that right front. I was like, oh, this ain't going to be good.
Well, I know Turcotte was telling me about y'all working on them shocks, how stiff it was going to be. I don't know how sore you're going to be after that thing, but I know you got some people to thank as well.
Yeah, I got to thank Joey. Me and him worked on his car. Last night we went to 67 Speedway, and that was one heck of a race. I had it won, and I ended up breaking the right front inner tire rod with 5 laps to go. So I told him, I said, we got to work on that thing this Saturday.
And what a show. I got to echo at 67 between you, Cole Derrick, Connor Mewburn, Christopher Franks for about 8-9 laps. Y'all 4 were swapping it up front, man. I loved it. 4 cylinders getting it done, being the show up there the first 2 weeks. So congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane, Captain Universe.
Thank you.
One more hand, fans, for Justin Converse winning this 4-cylinder feature race. And another hand for Michael King Jr. and Morgan Powell.